Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Helldivers 2. Space fascism never sleeps, and neither should you, soldier. Now a third-person shooter, is Helldivers 2 worth waiting in a queue to play? Let's find out. Helldivers 2 is a mission-based third-person shooter, where you're more likely to be killed by a friendly airstrike than any bug or Terminator robot. At a high level, Helldivers 2 is nearly identical to the first game. As a Helldiver, soldier from Super Earth, you'll be working with all the other players of the game to push back invasions on various fronts on a giant galactic map, conquering planets as groups until you finally purge the Xenos from existence. The big change is obviously the viewpoint, with the switch from dual-stick shooter to third-person shooter, making the whole experience considerably more visceral, while keeping mechanics like forced manual reloads and ammo management from the first game. Being low to the ground also makes the chaos of war much more intense, in a good way, paired with maps now adding things like fog, smoke, and more to hinder visibility. The main loop is you'll grab some friends and dive into either a single mission or a series of missions in an attempt to help capture a planet. These missions throw you in a medium-sized map with a primary objective, some secondary objectives, and plenty of hidden side stuff to do as well, such as closing bug nests. After completing at least the main objective, you'll need to survive extraction, and then it's on to the next. A core mechanic is the friendly fire and the quick time to kill for the enemies and quick time to death for you, meaning you're much more likely to be bug food should you make a tactical error. Like the previous game, stratagems are core to victory, essentially big beefy commands on cooldown, like airstrikes, orbital drops, new weapons, and more. Sadly, mechs and tanks from game 1 aren't in this game yet, though hopefully soon. Playing missions will rank you up, allowing you to spend earned currency to unlock new stratagems. You can also recover research on missions, which is spent to upgrade these stratagems, and there's yet another currency in medals, which you invest in a battle pass style system for both cosmetics and new guns and passives. And of course, there is premium currency should you want the fancy battle pass or more cosmetics, though you can find currency in missions, so it's not entirely locked behind real money. And honestly, that is Helldivers 2. It takes the core unique ideas from the first game and molds them into a third-person war as hell simulator with plenty of enemies to kill and allies to accidentally carpet bomb. What I like about Helldivers 2? Well, the loop from Helldivers 1 still works wonderfully, improved by missions having much more side stuff to do, and their overall short length keeping things quick. Additionally, the new perspective for combat adds a level of chaos and panic you just don't get in most shooters. There's explosions everywhere, pieces of enemies flying through the sky, everybody dying. It's absolute madness. Last, if you grab some friends, this is a hell of an addicting experience, with there being plenty of tactical synergy within squads, allowing teams to craft builds that play well off each other. When it comes to the bad, if you aren't playing in co-op, you're going to probably have a bad time. This game is clearly designed around multiplayer, so solo playing or having crappy teammates really hurts the experience. Additionally, the upgrade grind here is absolutely nuts, even compared to other games as service. This is particularly bad for both medals and the research upgrades, and I really don't like the fact that there's gear locked behind the paid battle pass, even if you can slowly earn premium currency. And lastly, this game has more than a few bugs, and not the ones you shoot. Server issues are well known, but stuff like the game locking up or crashing, graphical issues, some performance problems on PC, and even more crop up fairly often. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, and don't bother. And problems aside, Helldivers 2 is a ton of fun, and at $40 is kind of a steal. Helldivers 1 was already a fantastic game thanks to its galactic map and stratagem-based systems, and converting that into a third-person shooter with improvements to map objectives really fleshes the game out. As long as you've got some friends who are willing to die for fascism, managed democracy, Helldivers 2 has many hours of fun waiting for you. Just please stop airstriking me when I'm in the middle of clearing bug nests. That's all I'm asking. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you played Helldivers 2, were you able to get in with all the server problems? Seems to be working a lot better now, but let me know what you think in the comments, and then go out there, grab some friends, and give Helldivers 2 a look.